Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chef's Meal, where we talk about whatever and never and everything else in between.
If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but if change one.
Welcome to the Chef's Meal. My name is Casey.
My name is Sean, and we are two unemployed chefs.
I like my shoulder with coffee and cream.
One finished plate at a time.
We talk about whatever and ever and everything else in between.
That's right. We got time on our hands.
Oh my goodness. What you call it? Cabin fever is now finally going through everything. However, Sean, you know what I'm really excited for though? Tomorrow, it's an extremely important day. Do you know why?
What's going on tomorrow, Casey?
April 10th. The best day ever.
Oh,
do you know
goodness. Why? I'm getting with anticipation. Tell me, man.
Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out, bro.
Yes. Okay. So that's what I wanted to ask you, because I know that you went out of your way to pre-order it. You guys are getting it digital, or are you getting a physical?
Yeah, digital.
Okay, because I was going to say, like, physical copies of it are out there.
Yep. I know.
There are people
playing
it. Playing.
People got it. I think they released it a few days earlier than normal. That way, people can get it for the pandemic.
It's like you can't go to a store, and they definitely don't want all these people to be out there waiting in line and spreading disease.
Yeah, I think if you pre-ordered it on GameStop, I think they called you last week and they were like shipping the stuff out. And then you were able to go ahead and pick it up. However, I digitally ordered it, so it's going to be. I have my PlayStation on idle. That way, tonight
it'll just automatically
tonight at midnight. That shit will download.
Yeah, man.
And when I wake up tomorrow morning, it's going to be an event. It's my favorite game of all time. It's just I don't know how to explain it. It just brings RPGs to me. It's like the best thing ever. I think it's about the story and how it plays out, and I get really engrossed in it. But like I dig just grindy games for some reason. I don't know why. I think I get a satisfaction more so than any other game there is. So RPGs are my thing. Countless of hours are spent on this game, Sean. 15 memory cards. I can keep on talking about this. 15 memory cards. I think all the save points I saved chronologically on the memory cards, right? I think it's like four per disc. There's 4 discs, and the last disc is only like 2 hours worth, because like the final boss and some extras. But like the first 3 are where the brunt of it. But man, I'm really excited. I only played the demo once.
So did you like the demo?
Loved it.
See, that's how I felt too. Like I think I mentioned before in one of our previous like video game podcasts, like I didn't own Final Fantasy at first. Like I saw the commercial, I was like, man, this isn't gonna be a game for me. And then one of my buddies had it, so he would like beat disc 1 and then lend me disc 1. Beat disc 2, let me disc 2. Oh, wow. And then when we got to disc 3, we stopped being friends, so I never finished the game. So I have like some unresolved, feelings and thoughts about Final Fantasy. And obviously, Final Fantasy VII is one of those games that if you're a gamer, has like some reverence. I mean, they've made movies, they've made spin-off games. I mean, that was like one of the first games that actually had like a movie that like looked like the game. And they've had movies, spin-off games for all the different platforms, and obviously Final Fantasy as a series is now up to 15.
Yep.
So there's a lot of people looking forward to playing this game, and despite that, it wasn't until the demo that I played a few weeks ago that I was like, yeah, man, this might be it.
Yeah.
Because like it's those characters, that story, the graphics from today, and the gameplay. I like my role-playing games to have a little bit more action than just be picking menus and spells and the like. I mean, that's fun, and I know a lot of people like that, obviously, because they continue to make those. But that demo, I was like, man,
Yo,
this might have to be a day one. And obviously, I didn't anticipate having a lot of free time.
we have quite a bit of free time now, Sean.
Yeah. And, it might be the type of game that I can play off and on while caring for a 1-year-old.
Yeah, I know. Like the main, so there's some interesting teasers that happened throughout the series before this game actually came through. So I don't exactly know what the R&D was looking about, but at one point, Final Fantasy X3, I think it was 13. It was When the Girls. Or 10, 10-2, I think, or something like that.
10-2,
or 10-3, whatever, right? I absolutely love it. I think this was like the second best game that they ever came out with, Final Fantasy X. But on the girl version, they kind of teased this playstyle just ever so slightly. It's still dynamic. It kind of the camera kind of moves around as you play your characters. It's almost like one step closer to what this was, and I think they finally perfected it. So this one, super dynamic. You're able to go up and around, and there's just I couldn't wrap my head around it. And for like funsies too, like the release of the game, the graphics are going to be even more proportionally better than what the demo is, which is just who does that? Like who does that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sony went all out.
They did,
and I think this will be like their biggest hit again. Like it's gonna be.
It's crazy. I mean, I feel like we're speaking to the converted, but to the non-converted, this I want to say like this game and this release is kind of on the same scale as like, I don't know, bringing back James Bond or like the relaunch of like a Batman or a Superman movie.
007 original.
Yeah, like people like. For gamers, again, this is one of those like pivotal games because like when it came out, and I want to say it's 1997, 97, I believe. That's when like the PlayStation was out and CDs were the storage medium. So like all of a sudden you went from games that kind of were 2D and now they could have games that could flesh out the story with like high quality CG movies. So that has like a big effect on like why people like the game, because while the graphics of Final Fantasy VII back in the day were decent for the time, they were relatively simple, but when you were playing through the game, you got to see these high quality CG movies done in a 3D animated like anime style. And we've actually gotten to the point where the graphics of this game look better than, not only do they look better than the CG movies that were in that game, they actually look better than the live action, or rather the high budget Hollywood produced movie that came out in the mid 2000s. Like this game kind of represents generational I won't say milestone. Yeah, that's the best way to think about it. Like a generational a milestone in terms of like the technology and fidelity of computer rendering graphics. Because you can like literally look back and go, all right, so this was the best tech from 20 years ago. And then this was the best tech from 15 years ago. And here we are right now. And it's kind of cool that it's kind of coming out toward the end of this generation. Because, if you're in the know, you see how great someone was able, or rather a group of people were able to make this game look like on hardware that came out 7 years ago. Because now it's PlayStation 4 is 7 years old. And this game is looking amazing. And in a few months, PlayStation 5 is coming out. So like you almost go, wow, like they're able to pull this off on that old stuff. Like what's the future looking like? And the thing about this release too is it's the first part of a multi-part release. So this is where they're gonna be building from. And I guess hopefully they can finish this up in the next 7 years.
I really hope so, because
I hope so.
It's going to be I'm so excited for it, because I think they put all their bones and researches into that one and just like went all out on it. and then they're already in production of the other ones because they know people will play this damn thing. As gamers, we just, when I say gamers, it's just, the 30-something-year-olds.
Oh yeah, but
that
that's
lived
the thing.
through the 90s, and these are just like 007. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think Nintendo should be all up on that. They re-release 007 again, and I think people will go bananas. Like, just with new graphics though. It can't be.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I'm okay with classic too, but
sure, they can just layer the classic graphics under the bottom of the game, but give me a higher fidelity game. But as I'm thinking about it now, I feel like the release of this game is almost, at least to gamers, as significant as like the release of Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
And it's probably a better comparison because like comparison, there's those original movies from like the late 70s and early 80s, and then there was 20 years until like the late 90s when they released the movies again. And again, it's like you can look at the story, you can look at the universe that's fleshed out, you can look at the technology and the cinematography that kind of brings those characters and continues the story. 20 years later. And then, and obviously, again, they come back to those movies for the trilogy that just wrapped up late last year again, as a way to go like, look, no, here's where we have come again. And it's an inflection point for people who like big budget Hollywood movies to kind of look back fondly. And kind of re-experience everything going forward. And that's probably the best way to think about it, because again, this game is the first part of a retelling of that initial game. And I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I was listening to another podcast this morning, or rather late last night, and they were talking about how this game is gonna take 40 hours to do. And in comparison to the original Final Fantasy game, like the 40 hours that this game is going to encompass would have been roughly the same as the first 10 hours of the original game. Right. So it's not even just a case where they're going to just kind of cash in and just simply just retell the original story. They're actually going to flesh out some of the characters and do a little bit more world building in the way that they can, because the technology allows it. The fidelity of the graphics can provide it. So, and the gameplay is gonna be dynamic enough to be engaging for someone to want to keep their attention for that long. So, I am looking forward to it. I haven't pre-ordered it now, but I'm literally opening my phone to do it. So.
It's crazy too. I think I'm gonna pull up the video, not right now, but like, if just in comparison sake, I think somebody compared the gameplay footage of the demo to the physical FF7 and the 97 version, like a side-to-side kind of comparison and how they kind of played out, and you saw how they go. Just in comparisons alone, bro, it's not even the same. Like, it's an entire different. It's just so crazy how they pulled everything else. Like the on the demo side, when they were in the Shinra building, and they were going about where you see like they're trying to break in. They didn't show that entire kind of blowout. It was just the girl. So now they actually introduced the other 3 characters that you've never seen before, and now they're kind of playing a role. And it's just from that little snippet, just the ever so slight thing. It's just so really. Like I said, I only played it one time. I was like, I'm just gonna play this one time, because if I keep playing this, I'm gonna overload my senses, and I didn't want to do that. So I saved myself. Tomorrow is a different story.
Sure, that's where I was
might
too.
Pull an all-nighter. I do not know. My wife will get mad, but I don't care.
I mean, I know I won't be able to pull an all-nighter, but that demo, more so than other demos in the recent past, could make me a converter. Like I would say, another demo that kind of did that for me was the Overwatch demo, and it was probably for the same reason, which was I took a look at the graphics. I took what I understood the gameplay was going to be, and just thought, man, this is like, I get it, but it's not gonna resonate with me the same way. But but I guess it's just the same as judging a book before, just looking at its cover. It's like sometimes you have to kind of experience it and then, make the call for yourself. And after playing that Overwatch demo, it literally became my favorite game of the generation.
I was so hooked.
And
I remember that demo.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? Like, these characters work, the gameplay works, and there seemed to be more under the surface. And obviously with that game and that series, that they're continue to do that. And again, I would say the same for this demo. Like, Casey, when I saw it before, I was like, all right, well, it looks like Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. Not so big of a fan of Kingdom Hearts. Like, I get it. And
that's
I was like, man, it's Final Fantasy. That's a different entity altogether. I know it's different, and there are strong fans of that game and that series, and I get it. But I was like, man, I played Final Fantasy 15, but it didn't stick with me either. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I could probably pass on this. I've seen most of Final Fantasy 7. I'll never see the end because I'll never get disc 3. I played that demo, and then like in 5 minutes, I was like, I need to see where this goes. Yeah. Like I really want to see where it goes, and the price is looking right.
Price is looking right. Lots of avid fans. Lots of just this is the holy grail per se, right? There's 3 of them, and this is one of 3. 007 would be the other one.
You gonna put 007
freaking played, man. And then Halo would be like the next one when Xbox first launched. So those are what I call the 3 holy grail games that kind of just turned everybody on a tizzy. More so than any other game there is. Those are like the 3 main ones ever to go. I mean, you can say Super Mario, but like that's a given, right? Sure. But it's not so turn of the century kind of thing. I mean, you can say that about Street Fighter too. Street Fighter is like for fighting games, that is the holy grail for fighting
me,
games.
Yeah, that's definitely a holy grail game for me, and very influential in my taste and my like gaming aesthetic. But I definitely would not disagree with the ones you're saying. Like, I guess that's the good thing about video games is like there's so many diverse choices, and at this point the medium is so mature that it doesn't matter what type of game you like. There's something where like it is the pinnacle of all these different art forms, to kind of exist in one product here or there. But definitely coming up like 007. We have sleepovers and play that game. I mean, it was a time and place, and specifically since that game, we had block parties played online. So you had to get your friends together in one place to do it, and that's something that's like obviously in these times because you can't go outside or you gotta socially distance. That's something that's certainly missing. I mean, you can play online, and you can play online with hundreds of people, thousands of people in different games, but it's not the same as like having someone sitting on your couch and communing around that game and that one TV and some pizza and whatever other snacks you got going on.
Bro, we smack talk so hard. It's not even funny. Everybody had their own controllers. Like I was like, yo, I got you on this one. Shut your face. Run that back. It's like that kind of talk. Dude, I like 14. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like it was a different feel, man.
It's like I said, it was like playing it's like playing a pickup basketball game or something, because like you have to be there, right? Like you have to be there, and things are changing moment to moment. You have your house rules. I was like, oh man, we're gonna play on this stage and only with these guns or only with these things. And for us it was like we'd play proximity mines in I can't even remember the name of the map, but in my head right now I'm thinking of sitting at my friend Daryl's house, meeting up after school, and we would play proximity mines and big head mode and slappers
big
only.
Head mode?
Yeah, man. In fact, you know what? I'm going to take this time out right now to plug my boy Daryl. He was one of my best friends in high school and still very much a good friend. He is a stand-up comedian, and he just released his first stand-up comedy album. It's free if you want to listen to it. Yeah, on Spotify or iTunes. It's called Black Gentrifier, and it is hilarious. So, hey man, if you're in the house, you got half an hour and you want to listen to some really good stand-up comedy from a personal friend of mine, Black Jenna Fryer, check it out on all the platforms. And if you want to throw him some money for it, you can obviously buy it at his Bandcamp page, Daryl Charles Bandcamp. You Google that, or you can just buy it from iTunes or Amazon, whatever.
Well, streaming
check
too.
it out.
Like as long as you're streaming it, he will get.
It's
revenue,
streaming. Yeah, that's.
cool.
I mean, look, I love you, Daryl. I will definitely buy a copy of your album, but I listen to it on Spotify, and I'll tell the people about it. But it was good times, man. Again, he was one of my OG video game friends.
There you go.
We used to play N64 and crack jokes, and even back then I knew that dude was just funny. He was like, sit around and talk shit funny, and obviously like he's continued to hone that craft, and I feel like those are some of the things that you miss from not being able to sit on a couch and just be there and shoot the shit. Like, you gotta be able to.
That was our generation, though. Like, that's what we grew up with. So it's like a different. There's two swings of it, right? There was us that we kind of grouped into, us that were like outside, and then the generation before us, literally nothing that kind of the same thing that we were going.
Didn't have anything anything like that.
And then fast forward like 20 damn years. Right. Now everything's just online, social,
and people can communicate. But I think the thing is that the difference is that they communicate without the stakes. So people are definitely more, I feel like, more vulgar and more vile with the way that they talk to each other online generally, because like they can't see a person. They can't see you. They don't have to deal with, I would say, fortunately or unfortunately, the physical ramifications of taking it too far. I mean, like, it's the truth. It's like, look,
that is true. I got stopped quite a bit. Yeah,
right. If you're talking smack to someone who's right next to you, like, you have to deal with that. Like, you have to feel the energy of the room change. You have to deal with the feedback of your peers that are around you too, right? Because, hey, man, maybe they're egging you on, or maybe they're like, man, that was too far. Like, we don't do that here.
It's always too far.
You know what I'm saying? Look, sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. But again, that's part of, having a good social group and feeling that stuff out. So, time and place, late 90s video gaming, Final Fantasy, what else we played? That, GoldenEye, 007 Mario Kart.
Mario Kart,
so very,
Smash,
very
when it first came out, was stupid.
Stupid. Smash Brothers.
That's another pivotal one in the fighting universe, because it's like a different fighting game altogether than any of the other fighting games that kind of came about. This was like the first of its kind on Nintendo side, and besides the Tekkens, the Street Fighters, the Dead or Alives or whatever. Like I said, I'm an avid fighting game fan also. At one point I was just solely fighting games for like a good 5-6 years. And then I found PC. And then World of Warcraft kind of came about, and I was like, and then that's a whole other genre. Like, it's just. I'm gonna
pull you back to fighting games for a second. So obviously we got a lot of free time on our hands, and we've been spending a lot of PlayStation time. I mean, my PlayStation's on watching videos of Peppa Pig and Sesame Street. Oh man. But I noticed the other day you were, it's the 1-year-olds. And I would definitely tell you, there is a big difference between a good children's song and a terrible children's song. Oh my God. Like, growing up when I was definitely spoiled by pretty much the only options being like Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street. Yeah. And then, for my sister's generation, you could add Barney and Lamb Chop and all that stuff to it there too.
I think that was
Those were very.
I don't think there's anything else.
Blue's Clues, there might have been. If
you were like in the tail end of it, sorta.
Yeah, but those are
maybe if you're like in
even Blue's Clues,
early
right?
teens.
Like that stuff was like top tier. Like you had to be good to get to TV, and generally the production quality was like high all the time. That's not the case today. There's a lot of trash tiered kid songs, and the funny thing is, like, they're all the same songs, so you can directly compare, right? You're just
they freaking take it from each other, Sean. That's the thing nowadays, dude. There's no such thing as like you're comparing them to Mr. Rogers. Like, yo, bro, that is classic. That is something an entity all in itself, man. Like that
I've
is.
heard 30 different versions of Baby Shark, a million versions of like Baba Black Sheep, and it's like you can be like, nah, man, you got like, and you can tell obviously what happens is like, you know, someone comes out with a good video and it gets 1 billion views on YouTube, and then someone else, they're like, all right, well, we want to capitalize in the same way, so we gotta make our own version, but they have to slightly tweak it, like
Remix.
Oh my god, man, and they're so bad. And again, man, I definitely say, like, I have seen a whole and listened to a whole lot of them. I definitely got some of my favorites now. Oh man, shout out to the Lulu kids. Shout out to Pink Fong. Shout out to Sesame Street. You know, Coco
You can
Melon.
rewatch the classics though.
Yeah. I mean, look, and just like anything, there's room for the new stuff too. So, like I said, Coco Melon, Lulu Kids, these are things that have been all CG and they've been made in the last like 5 years, I guess.
Yeah.
If those come on in our little YouTube playlist, or if I pop them on Netflix and they're on, I'm generally with it. But some of y'all,
Need to stop.
overnight shady tiered. Look, if you're a grown adult and you put on some cosplay to sing a song, you better bring it, man. You better bring it. Like, these kids and parents are only one click away, and we like.
If you're a
You ever
grown adult,
Look, I have thumbs down some kids songs. Like, I'm like, no, I gotta get to a computer and get this downvoted, man. These harmonies are terrible.
I can't do it. This one. Oh my goodness! I can only assume so. I mean, was it Teletubbies was like the biggest thing at one point? You know,
because you make music. So like, if you hear a popular song comes out, right, and then there are all the people that do like covers, right? You do covers. Your covers are good.
I do.
Other people do covers. They are not good. And
Sean, they call them alternative now, Sean. They call them different styles. That's what they call it now. It's not.
Look, man,
we can't say the bad word, Sean. No such thing.
They're trash. Like, and again, everyone is home. So if you put out trash content, people are gonna be more aware of it. Everyone is home, so you gotta bring it. You gotta bring it. It's competitive. Just bring it. But to ask you, what I was gonna ask you before is, I noticed that you were playing the Dragon Ball Z fighting game.
I was playing Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
So what do you think?
It's interesting. So the combo sets are obviously different. Just thinking from like, I was comparing it to like Tekken, right? If these are always guard blocks, high kicks, high punches, right, on the tops.
Sure.
And you can usually, on Tekken Tag, you can switch with double R2, L2, right? On this one, kind of the same, but there's different. I haven't played a fighting game in so long, Sean. Like, this is, you can hold and it switches out. You can hold, click, and do like a move, and it'll do a combo move. So everything's kind of tied into that one button, and so much so that the main attack moves are square, triangle, and circle.
Right.
That's it. You don't mess with the X, and everything's kind of like this. So when you're playing, it's, I don't know, it's like a weird. It felt weird. Like when you're doing the combos, it's just like box, 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 triangle, box, triangle, triangle, box, box, box. And in my head, I'm just like, okay. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but my brain is not there yet. My brain is
Gotcha.
X and circles always kicks.
Sure.
Box and triangles always punches. Right?
See,
Triangle with a heavy punch, circle with a heavy kick. So in my brain, when I'm seeing them do punch and kicks on solo square, and I'm just like, my brain can't fathom it. So my play style, I'm just like, I don't know about it. I mean, I haven't played so much.
I have
of
that game for Xbox, and I will say the reason why I like it is because it's a 2D game, a 2D fighting game, and generally 2D fighting games are not very easy for beginners.
Yeah.
Because they require that, like, you have to do all these like complex combinations of moving the directional pad and pressing buttons in time. And if you don't know how to do that, then against someone who does, they're gonna just kick your ass. Like,
they're gonna whack
if you're an experienced Street Fighter player, even moderately experienced, you should have no problem beating someone who doesn't know how.
But like, I prefer Street Fighter though. You know what I mean? Like that move set and just the feel of it. That's what I'm saying. Like the feel of the fighting style. In my brain, it wasn't correlating on what I was seeing on screen. So it was actually physically throwing me off. Yeah. If I played Street Fighter Alpha right now, like the newest one that came out like 2 years ago, totally fine. Like I will get it like this because it's the same moveset. I know where the buttons are. I understand what I'm seeing, and I can play. That's the thing.
It's like you have an institutional knowledge, just like I do, of playing Street Fighter for like 20 years or whatever have you, right? So like you already know. It's like getting in and driving a new car, right? Yeah. Like essentially the brakes in the same place. If I'm talking about, like an automatic, the brakes in the same place, gas in the same place. The wipers and the turn signals, they're in the same place. The radio's different, but like driving the car is fine. So like you should be able to get into any car right now if someone handed you the keys and be able to drive. But someone who's never driven is gonna be like, what?
Yeah.
And what they try to do with that game, especially considering it's Dragon Ball, and there's gonna be a lot of people who like Dragon Ball but don't play fighting games or fighting games competitively, is they made
it easier, sort of.
They made that combo system easier on the ground level, so you can press, like you were saying, tap out the buttons and do flashy stuff.
Yeah.
But if you have that institutional knowledge as well, there is more complexity that like you could do even more stuff.
Yeah.
But at the very least, if someone just watched Dragon Ball on Cartoon Network and they're just like, man, it would be really cool to bang out one of those moves that looks just like the cartoon that I watched growing up, they can do
this is like super fast, kind of just
super fast, and at least
one or two buttons. Right. I mean,
and they're doing something really cool looking, even if it's like maybe not like the best strategy, or if you know how to play, you can be like, oh, I can anticipate exactly how that string of combos, like you'll be able to block whatever they're doing in like 2 hits. You're like, all right, well, clearly they're doing this.
Yeah.
But
you can still, there's still a lot of combos, and like, because it's just my brain. My brain's not there yet. I've only played it maybe an hour. I tried the online competitive, great. Got my ass whooped.
At this point,
I have no idea what the hell's going on.
You should be getting your ass whooped, because anyone who's sticking with that game after this point is really, really good. And that was the problem I had with the Xbox One. It was like, I have played Guilty Gear, which is what that game was like based around. So I already knew it's like I knew the language. It's like I guess knowing the language but not knowing the slang.
Was Guilty Gear like that? I don't remember.
Yeah, like the latest Guilty Gears, like the last two.
Oh, the newest ones. Okay, because I remember like the initial Guilty Gears weren't. They were still.
If you look at those games, you can see definitely how they kind of layered the aesthetic of Dragon Ball on top of it. And obviously, they still made it a bit more, I won't say easy to get into than Guilty Gear is, but the fundamental, like, you can tap out these combos, or if you know kind of like the tree of how combos go. I don't know. I guess if you were like, and I'm going to talk on my ass because I don't play music, but I would assume, right, there's like scales, right? Like, that's a universal knowledge, right? You start at these keys, you're gonna end up here, or chords, right? Like you know that these are how these sounds are supposed to be.
Yeah,
that's how the combos kind of work in Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
So like if you know the scales, you can jump between characters and go, oh, okay, this
still
is how
kind of the same.
Still kind of the same. I mean, maybe the timing is a little different, the rhythm is different, but the basic structure is the same. And then in Dragon Ball, they're just like, well, we'll just distill that and reduce it even more so that your mama.
I like it. I really do.
I like it too. Like
it's a good game. I just wish I put more effort into it. But like I'm getting frustrated because I'm getting my ass whooped.
Yeah, you're gonna take those L's. At this point, you are gonna take those L's. But I'm
on like the lowest level, Sean. I get my ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just like, what is going on? This is starter level.
Yeah, like I said, but
what the hell's going on?
But you didn't walk into the club when it opened, man. You walked into the club and all of a sudden you're in the VIP. Everyone's got drinks and you don't. You're like, how do I get a drink?
Work your way up in there. What is this? Step up 2? What's going on,
right.
Sean?
Step up to the streets. Oh yeah, I've definitely been watching a lot of dance movies as well.
I watch a lot of dance stuff on Instagram.
When you got a little kid, you have to be very, very conscious of the imagery that they are ingesting, because like everything is informing their worldview of everything. So yeah, so what I try to do is when I selfishly I'll watch like basketball stuff and highlights,
of course,
and I'll try to put on like her dance shows or kids stuff, and definitely like dance videos to kind of, because she likes to listen, she likes music and she likes to bop around, and I already see my daughter even at like a year and change trying to emulate some of the moves. So she doesn't get it. Like now she's got her hands up, she spins around, she drops it low, yes. Like she'll bounce and try to clap in time with the music. Like I see her kind of picking that stuff up. But yeah. So, watch like Honey and Honey 2 and all those. Oh my
God, Honey.
Look, yeah, man.
The throwback Jessica Alba song. Oh my God.
That's it.
That was a good movie. I remember that.
Bring It On. Yeah, some Bring It On, and
Step Up 1, Step Up 2.
Yeah. We want to make our way through these films.
There's a lot. There's a lot of dance films. Oh my God.
There's a lot of content out there that, like I said, this unfortunate time has provided more time to experience.
Okay. Let's I want to bring it into some food news really quick.
Sure.
So there's a few things that's happening on the food side, right? I mean, not everything is shut down.
Sure.
We are still trying to do the best that we can on a possible crisis that's happening. So some quite a few interesting things. Let's bring it into the main screen real quick.
Yes.
So as we all know, we are in a lockdown. There's not much that we can do. However, there are things that are still going on. So if you are in Costco, they're actually bulk selling even more. So I haven't seen this. So usually they're just like one pack at a time.
Yeah.
Because people would then take like 6 or 7 of the normal ones instead of just like the ones. So now Costco and other big providers, on BJ's, I actually saw something similar. They're bulk setting up, like the meat sections. So sometimes it will have like bacon, turkey, cheese, like one whole thing already in one sleeve, so you can just take one at a time.
That's
and
pretty dope.
A whole bunch of this everywhere. Hillshire Farms, been here since forever. Great brand.
Yeah,
I think it's one of my favorite ones too. They make these fresh, just like as if it were like I'm pretty sure it's just deli slice put into here. That's it. That's all they do. You can buy currently in Costco, BJ's. At least those are the only stores that have here in Jersey. They're big, like warehouses. You can currently buy these. So that's pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
we have Costco here in New York City.
I think you guys got BJ's. I think you guys have. What's the other one?
Have
Kroger's
BJ's. Maybe. Yeah, we definitely don't have BJ's, and I know we don't have Sam's Club because that's Walmart, and we don't have any Walmart too.
On Wendy's and other chains, you can get free food. Specifically, I say this because my wife is in the hospital. They actually provide the hospitals with food. So like most of the businesses, like they know that, and they're just kind of like donating their services. Like, hey, listen, I know you guys are working overtime. Here's some food, and a ton of them. So my wife is right now fed out the wazoo, which is like amazing. And shout out to all our first responders out there, first on the front lines. But like so much so, like everybody else, Wendy's are now giving free breakfast, Baconator. And also I think in New York, some providers are giving free meals, period. So if you are jonesing for some stuff, they will give you some free food.
Pantries open. Again, I live directly across the street from a public school, and they're open during the mornings and in the afternoons. At first, they were just doing it for the kids that went to the school. Then they opened it up to kids that go to any school, and now it's open up to anyone. Yeah. If you're hungry, you can come in, and they have, from what I understand, I haven't been in there myself, but they have pre-packaged lunches and breakfast, and if you come in, you can get 3 for the day. You just 3 or 4. I think
almost all restaurants are doing this.
Yeah, if you can just
because
say
we have
like,
stock. Like we
Right.
can't get rid of it. We need to sell it, or we need to give it away. And I think that's the right thing to do while we are in a pandemic.
People are hungry, and obviously a lot, like, tens of millions of people are out of work, and they didn't anticipate being out of work. So people got to eat. And if they can't, they have to eat. We got to eat. We got to be fed and be strong to deal with this virus.
Look at this badass picture though, Sean.
That is I didn't know that a breakfast baconator existed.
Breakfast baconator. I'm not too crazy about it. This makes me want to go to the restroom.
I'm of two minds, because I would eat a baconator. I would, knowing that it's gonna destroy my stomach. But I would eat it because it looks delicious.
This looks like it hurts my stomach, like right now.
That is breakfast sausage?
Breakfast sausage, 2 layers of bacon, cheese,
3
egg,
layers of cheese, or 2, egg and cheese.
This is
and
like
bacon.
The stamped egg on
Gotcha.
the griddle. I mean, it's good. I dig it.
Hey, if it's free, you know what I'm saying? Help those healthcare providers out.
Exactly.
Give them some bubble guts, because they can't leave the hospital.
Once more in Costco, selling 2-pound jar of white queso that people are giving rave reviews. Now, like I said, we are in a pandemic. People need to be creative. There's a whole lot of things that you can buy in bulk for your house. This is for your Taco Tuesdays. Okay,
I like that picture too.
This is for your Taco Anything Day.
They try to
when
be
you're
really
at the house
cute.
right here.
It was like white queso and her best friend Mission tortilla chips, but she tried to crop those tortilla chips out the picture. She's like, I'm not friend with Mission anymore, but this is a great picture of me.
There's 32 ounces of cheese. That's a lot, homie.
That
is a lot. It's made with white cheese, green chilies, and just the right amount of spice. I mean, hey, let's go. I'm down.
Come on, white queso. I know what you out here doing. We all got that one picture. You're just like, yo, this picture is fire, but I really don't need it to be about someone else. It's just about me, man. I'm gonna crop it. Poor Mission. Mission's like, my outfit was good that night, girl. Why you take my picture?
A magically cheesy bowl of love. I love just packaging, man. Like this gives me warmth and joy. Queso Mama. Shout out to Queso Mama.
Shout out to Queso Mama.
Costco's. Tasty Cake Spring lineup. Spring is in the air, by the way. I forgot to mention that. I forgot too, because I've been in the house since the winter. Today is actually Passover.
Hey, shout out to Passover.
At our restaurants today would be stupid busy on fish. Yeah. Stupid busy.
Hella
going into the weekend
fish.
Also, as Easter kind of goes around.
Those matzahs.
This is like a mini kind of like event at the restaurant, because no one usually eats meat. So for us, this would be stupid. Even in a restaurant where I'm working. I forgot to tell you, Sean, we actually are carrying sea bass, not striped bass, regular bass. Okay. Swordfish, I think trout, like a different trout, and a pollock. Those are the only 4 that we have. Okay. The rest are chicken and carne, pretty much, because it's a Mexican joint. But it's Easter. You can always tell everybody will be coming out for some fish. But this one, Tasty Cake Spring lineup is here, and here are the 5 products. I'm not a big fan of Tasty Cake, only because I think Entenmann's are better.
Yeah.
This is like the 2, like Tasty Cake or Entenmann. So it's just like, which one do you prefer? I prefer Entenmann's.
I'm gonna go Entenmann's, but I respect that they got a lemon cake going.
So got some lemon juniors right here, some mini donuts, which are these things, and then the blueberry sweet rolls, which are fine. I mean, these are all pretty good. They should be out in a couple weeks.
Hands you one, you're not gonna be mad.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be mad. So these are pretty good. It's not too bad. Let's go into the other one. Don't leave Trader Joe's without. Okay, so I want to say, if you've been to a Trader Joe's lately,
I have not.
They are not allowing you to bring your own bag anymore.
What?
So this is a new thing, because one, at least here in Jersey, the Trader Joe's where we're at, 3 tested positive for the COVID-19 disease because people were bringing in their own bags. Right. So, to precaution, they're only selling out their paper bags that they have in-house, but people don't have it, and that way to further protect everybody else that are trying to do their job, especially in the groceries. You don't want anybody in there sick, because they're selling food, so they're extra precaution. You don't want to get anything done. So that's just a foresight. You can't bring in your own bag. They will give your stuff with their own paper bags for the time being. We are Trader Joe's fans. Actually, we have this right here: the everything bagel sesame. The cauliflower gnocchi is okay. I give that like a 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. It's okay, man. I
give you 2 out of 10.
Your grading rubric.
The yellow curry Thai sauce I've tried. It's okay. That's another 3 out of 10. The peanut butter though, okay, so this one's flax and chia seeds. It's kind of delicious. I dig it. We have like the little packet things. These are their throwback things to like
Oreos,
like the
JoJo's,
the Girl Scout cookies, kind of. They're okay, and the peanut butter snacks I haven't had that. A couple of good ones though. Steamed pork and soup dumplings. These are pretty fire, but they are pretty pricey. There's only like 6 in a packet, I think, or maybe 8, and it's like $5. So just beware. This is gonna cost you a pretty penny, but it's pretty dang good altogether. There's just so much stuff in Trader Joe's, not even funny. The grilled veggies. We don't have this per se, but we do have the frozen ones, like 1 pound little packets that you just kind of heat up. Amazing. But those are you can literally find say that $5 for a pound of veggies. I mean, these are prime veggies though, so it's like it depends, But that's not me. I'd rather just get the one. Don't ever buy these ever. I had a friend of mine give me one of these. They're like, oh, they're like little, call them protein bars. I didn't know any better. Sean, it tasted like cardboard and crap. I guess it's like, don't.
1 out of 10.
Don't do it. This hurts my soul. Can we just talk about this?
Gnocchi.
So really quickly, we are on video format. Kale gnocchi is what we're looking at right now on here. Now, I've never tasted it. I shouldn't talk crap about it, but I hate kale. Rather, I should say I hate the kale that has the hair on it because it tastes like hair. I like the kale that doesn't have the little fuzzy stuff on it. So there's different kinds of kales, but this looks like it hurts my soul. Okay, we're passing that one up. Number 5, cold brew lattes, dessert bars. These are like their little ice cream things. If you dig it, I dig it. I don't mind it. Queso fundido, their little cheese dip. That's what it is.
With soy chorizo.
Buffalo style chicken dip. I've heard raving things about this.
I think that would be pretty
looks
fire,
okay.
Actually. Yeah.
You see that?
Fat dick.
Fat dick.
What? Wow.
What the hell is going on?
I don't even know, man.
Oh my goodness. The Green Goddess dip is their best one in Trader Joe's. If you're looking for like a good dip, like this is tried and true. We've had this. It's delicious. That gets an 8 out of 10.
Shout out to Sexy Food for making a Green Goddess dip that was good.
What is with the gnocchi? Can we stop with the gnocchi? Like, bro, can we just this is disgusting. Oh wait, I didn't mean to click on that. No, we can keep on scrolling down. There's a whole lot of them. So there's like 50 things. You can check them out yourself. I'll have the link out to them. But you can just go to Trader Joe's and kind of see like their best kind of things. Let's move on. Aldi. This made me laugh. It's not funny. It's selling funnel cake kits that come with everything you need to make the carnival treat. You just add water. That is it, Sean. Everything's in a funnel. It looks like a tit. You just kind of swish it and just kind of.
What about the line you wait on, where by the time you get to the front of the thing, you're pretty sure you don't want it anymore?
I do not know. I don't even know how to feel about it. But
that's how I feel like.
So if you
the
guys
wait
are
for funnel
into
cakes
that,
is. You get lorded by the sugary, by the powdered sugar that's in the air, and then you wait 20 minutes. You get to the window. Somehow they don't have any.
I don't want it anymore.
They're just like, we got cotton candy. You're like, I actually want a funnel cake.
$2.69.
$2.69. Get it.
Are you serious?
Yes, get it.
Oh my god. I can't with all the y'all. I already told you that. So here we go. There's no really volume.
Yeah.
And you can't really hear it. However, there is a man, and I just want to. So Sean and I are watching it right now. Allegedly coughed on produce at a Massachusetts Stop and Shop, and he could be facing criminal charges. No, I think he was doing it on purpose.
What are you doing?
Like, bro, he was like,
yeah, bro. Come on, man.
Like physically coughing on everywhere else. There is a thing that Sean and I do at a restaurant. Whenever we do cough or anything else, it's into our shoulder. That way our hands are free. We don't bother anybody else. The germs are on our bodies.
Should be a TikTok dance.
Just into your shoulders. You're good to go. I think people need to learn how to do that. I think we should make a video about it.
Come on, my guy.
Poor guy got
I'm just
tackled.
looking at this dude getting wrestled to the ground in a dirty Stop and Shop.
Yeah, like, bro.
That's how you want to go out, brother. That's how you want to go out. Like, that's how they telling your
there's
story.
There's so many other things happening, dude. Like, why would you do that?
That's how you want to be.
I mean, anyway, poor guy. But hopefully he gets his thing done.
Dude, what are you doing?
Yeah,
it's not funny. It's not a joke. It's not a game.
It's not a joke.
Just go inside the supermarket, buy what you're gonna buy, and get back to safety and not endanger anyone else.
Yeah, just don't do something stupid. Come on, man. Like, we're trying to keep clean and safe. Like,
yeah.
Hopefully he gets his done. You know, he gets handled properly for how his actions are. But how your favorite fast food chains are changing their hours now? Here in Jersey, there's not really a martial law, but there is a extremely strict timely
curfew?
hour that you need to be out. You can't be outside by 9 p.m. Everything's shut down. Everything's inside. I think they only allow they'll still allow like deliveries and stuff at like the last hour, but that's it. You can't be outside by 9 p.m. But there's a whole bunch of them that kind of change their hours, so just pay attention to some of the viewers. This only applies to I think to wherever these are, but like at least in Jersey, 9 p.m. nothing else. Okay. Some stores open a little earlier to give you food. Some stores open even later. I think there's one Dunkin' Donuts that's open only like 6 a.m. till like 10. That's it. And then the rest.
Oh, wow. That makes sense.
So like it just depends where you're located. But I know Chick-fil-A is giving out stuff. Chick-fil-A is like the most.
Are they open on Sunday though?
Chick-fil-A and Chipotle, they're donating the hell out of everything. My wife just said Chipotle came in, I think 2 days ago, with just burritos for everybody. Literally, it was just like, here you go, guys, get fed. You know what I'm saying? So just depends where you are. Just make sure that you are going through all your contacts. You can even call them, see what their hours are. Okay, if you are really jonesing for some of that. But that is the current food news. There's nothing too crazy on everything else. But hopefully that gives you not cabin fever, but be responsible. Don't do something stupid. Final Fantasy tomorrow.
You gotta go outside. Yeah, Final Fantasy tomorrow. Let's
go outside. Walk around. That's the important thing. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Here's what I want to tell you to entire podcast. So my unemployment still hasn't come through. It's I know, it's a sad thing. I've been calling. I've been trying my like every day. I'm sending them an email too, just to piss them off. I think I'm gonna write a program to send them like an email every like 20 seconds.
Oh no!
I have the time. I don't give a shit.
Don't do it. Don't do that.
Just have like a small app in the background, just sending the same damn email over and over again, so they can kind of open it. But I understand completely. A lot of people already have gotten theirs. I haven't gotten mine,
that's
unfortunately. However, I've been doing for the past 10 days, Sean, 1,000 reps a day, meaning 1,000 reps in total of a workout. So I do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, 100 dips, 100 curls, everything to 1,000 pretty much. I am tired. My body hurts.
So wait, so you're saying at the end of a day you will have done 1,000 push-ups, or you're saying
hey man,
like
1,000 reps of It's not one thing. Like a thousand is, I call it 1,000 workout.
Okay.
So whatever encompasses all the way to 1,000, I'll do.
Gotcha. So yes, 800 plus 100 of something else plus 100 to get you to 8,000. Heard.
So
okay, I thought you were out
typically
here.
have 10 exercises that I'll do, 100 each to get me to 1,000. It keeps me busy. I do it in like 5 hours. Like as I'm like watching TV or whatever. That way it's monotonous, it's out of my head. I just can kind of keep doing it. At the end of the day, I'm like sweating.
So you trying to just pop out the house with the beach body is what you telling me. Okay.
I'm pretending like I'm actually in prison. I know that's a harsh thing. I'm sorry.
Hey, no,
if you're ever incarcerated. Look, but
I get
I'm
the
picturing
rationale.
how they would feel, kind of.
Sure, because they
have nothing else to do. They're in one location. You're just kind of trapped in. What would you do? Well, I mean, I would work out like to hell if I was in prison. That's what I would do, just to kind of keep my mind sane. So that's what I've been doing. 1,000 reps a day. We'll see how my body looks like after the whole next 2 months. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
But man, everything is sore, and I'm running out of protein shakes. And that's not a good thing for an old guy, because like my body can't recuperate as fast as I used to when I was 16. So now after the 1,000, you're just like, everything hurts. So that's what I've been doing. Not too crazy. Sean, what are the extreme things that you've been doing at home besides taking care of Brooke?
Besides that, wow, I wish I could tell you something great. Nothing. I have been reading, so I've been going through like all of the books that like I've purchased over the last couple of years, and even my dad for my birthday, because it passed a couple of weeks back, he sent me some books. So I've been reading.
Reading is good.
Got like,
Reading is good.
Yeah. I mean, that's about it. Like reading and then making sure that my kid doesn't kill herself, because that's what they like to do. It's like they're just so inquisitive about everything, and they have no filter or no. I don't even say like they don't know like that the next action that they're actually about to take is gonna be one that could like hurt them really badly.
Yeah. Well,
so,
they don't
like,
know. They're kids.
Yeah. And
so
again, like with my wife, for the most part, working from home in this very room, which I'm gonna relinquish soon to her. Most of the day is just spent doing that. So, to everyone
she goes in the she shed for her job things.
Yeah. I mean, and again, it's pretty dope to see her company
she kicks
kind
you
of
out
like,
of the she shed.
Hey man, look, mama's got to bring home that bacon. You know what I'm saying? Papa's not working right now, so we got to give her the opportunity to do everything she needs to do. But yeah, it's kind of dope to see her company kind of like pivot and then completely function with everyone working from home. They got their meetings and conference calls, and they're just making it work. So
yeah, I mean you can make it work if you're a digital company. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. I have a few friends that are like, it's kind of not their newfound glory, but they're like, oh wow, we can actually do this at home. We don't physically need to meet.
Yeah,
this is a digital age.
Which is
we can
curious
literally
to
do
see
the same thing.
How things will go after this, right? Like at some point they might be able to look at the numbers and be like, all right, we don't need as big of a workspace.
Yeah,
we could just have
they
most
can
of
even
you guys
save money.
Work from home. I mean, it would be cheaper to outfit everyone with like a decent mic and a camera than to be paying the rent on a space. And I'm sure for a lot of people, they're gonna get used to working from home. I mean, for my wife, it saves her 2 hours every day, because like she doesn't have to commute, she doesn't have to spend time getting ready and going someplace to get a quick breakfast or leaving to go get a lunch or whatever have you. I mean, obviously there's some benefits to being able to go to someplace and socialize with people, like that's important. But I would, at least from my vantage point, 90% of the stuff she needs to do, she could do from here.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Again, obviously the field you and I are in currently, like that's not something that we can do. I mean, you got to go to a place to be able to produce the things we produce, but it is what it is. But I don't know. I guess over the coming weeks, I think your exercise routine is something that's very interesting. Modify something and do something similar for me. I have a basketball hoop in the backyard, but the weather's been kind of weird. So
it was weird. It was nice that one day.
It was nice
and then
one day, and then it's been trashed here ever since. So
I mean, it's raining outside right now.
Yeah,
it's like
that's what I was gonna say.
rain.
It's crazy because the weather it's warm but it's wet, and I'll go put up some shots, and hopefully if the weather breaks, I'll take the baby for a little walk. And
there you go.
Yeah.
Keep saying, do your walks, do something crazy. I mean, you can
go for a drive the other day
do?
just to.
My homie used to work out with his kid when she was younger, and he would do squats with her, literally
just
hold her here, do squats. I was like, all right, I get it. And then he would just, to keep himself, because at one point his wife was the one. It's kind of like your situation. They switched for a second. He would then, even though she's a little heavier, and he works in sort of construction. His body needed that action to...
Sure.
Because once your body's used to something, you need to be able to produce the same thing, or you will feel like you're doing something insane. So he would actually pick up his daughter in his arm, even though she's 50 or 60 pounds at that time now.
Right.
She was maybe 4 or 5, on one arm, and just kind of go about his business, keep on switching around. And she would often go, he would say to me, she was just like, Dad, why do you keep picking me up? He's like, I need to work out. You're kind of heavy.
Hey, I get it, man. Like I said, I can only imagine how much a bag of concrete weighs relative to a 50 or 60 pound human being. But babies and kids are squirmy.
Yeah,
so
squirming.
Just trying to keep
It's
them
offset.
level while you're doing, on all the physical requirements and dexterity that requires of yourself, let alone just to keep them balanced is tricky. But
you know what I do wish though? I wish I had a pull-up bar. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Only because I'm missing a couple of muscles on my shoulders. I had surgery on my shoulder, so I don't have. I can't do a full pull-up. However, my back is fairly bigger than most because I work on my back to compensate the shoulder.
Sure.
But you can only do so many push-ups, and that the hump will get bigger, and that's not where I want it. I want it up top more. And the only physical movement that you can do is a pull-up, so the muscles here kind of get a little bigger than besides the ones on your lower back. Because right now, if you just look at me on the side, my back kind of humps out because I'm trying to compensate for the shoulder. So I wish I had a pull-up bar, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm doing 120 push-ups more. I'm doing 20 sets more, or 20 reps more than what I would on my other reps. So I don't know. That's pretty good. I want my ass to pop out though, Sean.
That's what you want to be ready for the gram. I'm telling you, man. You can get them followers up, bro.
I want like a spherical fucking.
Kaylin, watch out.
I keep telling him, baby, see his legs
by the time this is over.
These legs? we have a competition going. I was like, I don't care how many steps you did. Do you see these legs?
He's gonna be too cute to do a podcast with me. I know it. He's like, Sean, I can't, man. You don't have enough followers. I'm sorry.
I gotta work out. I also work out my jaw, Sean. Is that a thing? I work out my jaw, bro. Check this out.
4K.
I forgot to tell you this. So I got. Do you see this?
Yes. Okay, I see that.
It's actually pretty hard. This is a 25-pound tensile strength thing that you actually put.
Okay. All right.
And it works. All of this. After 10 minutes, my mouth is shot. I can't open it. So this gives me, I don't know. I'm trying it out. It says 10 weeks. I want a chiseled jaw, Sean. It doesn't happen for Asians.
Is that what that's for?
Yeah. We don't have the facial structure for that.
Fighting ring? You walking around with a traffic code in your mouth?
Unless you're Korean. Koreans have the bone structures. They have the best genes ever.
I mean,
the Japanese have the long faces, kind of. right? They're like the primos of the Asian culture. The everywhere else though, round faces. So right now, currently, my face is round. I'm trying to chisel it.
You're trying to square that jaw off.
This is 25 pounds for the time being. I might get the other one to 75 pounds. I don't know. We'll see.
What are you gonna be doing with 75 pounds of...
Sean, I'm trying to get the jaw, Sean.
You gonna get something, man. Maybe chew it through walls. We gonna get you out that house,
I am
man.
down 10 pounds, which is nice.
Hey, shout out to being down 10 pounds. You gonna gain that all back in jaw weight.
I'm still doing the intermittent fasting. I know we're doing a little longer. However, we'll wrap it up.
It's all good.
Don't go too crazy in what you're doing. Try to keep sane. Whatever it is that you're doing in your advice. Tomorrow it ends though, Sean.
That's I know. Like
Final
I said,
Fantasy tomorrow. I will still do my reps.
As soon as we
but in my head, Final Fantasy. So that's what I'm going to focus on. we'll see how it is. I'll wake up a little earlier tomorrow to do my workout, and I'll try to bag them all out in like 2 hours maybe. We'll see. Instead of the 5 hours that I've been doing, because I kind of spread them out. But it's nice actually. You just kind of going about your business. I was like, oh, reps again. You do your reps, and then I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll finally get that beach body.
That's it.
There's
man.
no such thing.
Buy a whole new wardrobe by the time this whole period is over.
I like my wardrobe though. I pride myself in the 10-year-old clothes that I have. Caitlin hates it. There's like holes and shit everywhere.
They're not old.
I keep trying to fix it because I have a sewing machine. She's like, can you just buy new clothes? I'm like, babe.
Like, no, why would I do
no.
that? I've got all this thread. It's all right here.
There's experience in these. I've had these for so long. What do you mean?
So where am I going to get these stains? They don't make them like they used to.
How do I replace the stain what I threw up like 2003? Like that was a memory.
They got character, man.
She hates it. But it is what it is. Don't go too crazy. You can find all our stuff at Chef Salty Pork Podcast underneath below.
Find us
on YouTube.
right here.
You can hit up Sean at
Right
MetroCardX.
Please
on Twitter.
hit me up,
I'm
man.
actually on Twitter for quite a bit. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I
do
see,
post
man.
on
I
there.
see you posting.
I don't like it because that's way too many things that I'm doing now.
Hey.
It's only all because we're all kind of cooped up. We have a little extra time. After that, though, no more Twitter for me. It's a vile place. I guess to each their own, right? Not too guys. Any questions or whatsoever, AskChefSalty@gmail.com.
Hit us up.
We would love to hear what you guys kind of give us. Any food questions, anything related to tech, anything at all. Let us know. We'll talk about it. We'll see how it is. Other than that, though, Sean, you want to send them off with a
that's all I got. So with something, I'm just gonna talk about something that I miss. I miss Chinese food. Bring back Chinese food. This pandemic is ridiculous. Like, there is not a Chinese food restaurant open in Brooklyn. It's a travesty. It's a travesty. This should have been
is there a Trader Joe's around you?
Yeah, there's a Trader Joe's. This should have been like the NBA championship of Chinese restaurants. Like right now, they should be banging out like pork fried rice like you've never seen, because all they do is support, especially where I live, support these communities with like reasonably priced food options. Is it the best food options? Not necessarily, but it's reasonably priced. It's delivered fast, and these dudes will be out here delivering rain, sleet,
they would hustle the hell out of
hail, giant New York City pizza rats. They don't care. They'll be right in front of your door, showing up in a scooter, in a car, by foot, and they are. We lost them in the front lines, man. We lost them. So
hold on. Let me go grab something. Hold on, real quick.
Okay.
All right, so check this out. If you are jonesing for some Chinese food, okay, there's a little kind of wrap around it at Trader Joe's that you can do it. So real quick, I took out my pantry. So there's some stir fry vegetables. Okay. Right. This is a pound. This is only $2. These are like the most common veggies that you put in stir fry. Okay. Right. $2. For another $7, you can get the Mandarin orange chicken.
There you go.
This is like a pound and a half of food, Sean. Okay? There's a sauce in there that mimics Kung Pao sauce, kind of. So you take half of this, Chinese food. Get your rice. There you go. So a little quick hack at you the last
Hey,
minute.
man.
Getting you the pantry. If you have a Trader
The
Joe's
culture
near you,
needs it.
they sell it out. But other than that, I mean, you can cook the other ones too. You can get lo mein.
I mean, again, obviously, it's not a case of not being able to cook it, because I've done it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've done it. I'm going to continue to do it. It's just, look, I miss my Chinese restaurant, Chinese food restaurant brothers and sisters. Again, they're literally, like, consistent parts of the community. They're open later. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes deliver. It's sad. So it's like, it's so weird to see, at least from my vantage point, again, like, I don't see the delivery guys like I used to. I mean, my local pizza store is closed. I think the only real food options open for delivery right now, there's a Chipotle. That's a few blocks away, and we did order from them one time, and that was fine. But still, it's just like, you know, the local small business got really, really affected in, you know, in a way that it's felt right here. Yeah. It felt right here. So to all our compatriots,
that's it, man. Now, Sean and I are corporate. We are a different. We're like slightly different class than all the other restaurants because there's a whole lot more money. But for everybody else, we do feel for you because it's a mom and pop shop, bro. Like that is, like you need the money to come in to pay your stuff. Because that's your own business. For us,
that's it.
It's not necessarily our business. We take care of the stuff, but it's a corporation. So they have bonds. They'll have a whole lot of slew of everything else. Granted, they'll lose money, but like they're kind of prepared for this, right? So I don't know. Everybody, stay safe.
Stay safe, man. Baby's calling for me. She's knocking on the door.
Practice safe methods. Wash your hands. Cough into your shoulders.
Do that.
Other than that, though.
Peace out, internet.